Hey guys, this is our last word study lesson for this week, and today we get to go on a word hunt. We're going to be looking for long U vowel sound words in our reading passage. I need you to get a couple materials. I'm going to need you to get a piece of paper and something to write with. It can be a pencil, pen, a marker, crayon, doesn't matter. Just pause this video so you can go get that. Okay, you've got your materials. Now we're going to look at our reading passage. The name of our reading passage is museums. Museums. What vowel sound do you hear in that word? Yes, it's a long U sound. And what pattern does it have? Yes, it's the open U. Let's take a closer look at that word. I'm going to write it on my board. And while I'm writing it, I want you to clap it out and see how many syllables museums has. Museums. Yes, it has 3 syllables. Okay, which syllable has the long U vowel sound? Yes, it's the first syllable. And what pattern is that? Yes, it's the open U, because that syllable is ending with a vowel. So our open syllable with a long vowel sound. Now, this word is a little bit different because that's not our accented syllable. It's actually the second syllable that has the long the E sound, and that's the accent. We say museums. So we're not accenting that first syllable that has the long U sound. So we're going to call this an oddball word because it doesn't follow that pattern that we usually have. It's going to be our oddball. Okay, now let's get ready to read our passage. Now, make sure that you're reading at home as I'm reading it. I want you to be listening for those long U vowel sounds because when we get done, you're going to go on that word hunt and you're going to find all of them. Okay, so I'm going to put this up to the screen. And like I said, I want you to be reading along at home as I'm reading it. Let's put it on there. Okay. Hopefully put it up there just right. Okay, museums. A museum is a place that collects and arranges things so that people can come and look at them. The first museums in the United States were about art, but now there are also very unusual kinds of museums. Some museums have special collections. For example, there is a music museum in South Dakota that owns more than 14,000 musical instruments. Other special types of collections include toys, glass, space, and rock and roll. Museums can be useful places for students to learn. A history museum might tell you about human history, how people lived, and what they did. Inside museums, there are things that visitors are not allowed to touch. But there may also be computers that students can work with, classes where they can make things, and movies they can watch. The best museums are always looking for new and better ways to share their collections. That is why, in the future, museums will keep on being fantastic places to learn about the world. Okay, now what I want you to do at home is pause this video and I want you to write down on that piece of paper all the long U vowel sound words that you can find, okay? And then I'm going to go over all the answers. I hope you find them all. I'll put this up. Okay, I hope you found all the words. Okay, I've got my finder, my magnifying, and I'm going to go over the first one. The first one in the first paragraph was united. United. What pattern does that word have? Yes, it's the open U. United. 3 syllables. Very good. Okay, the next one was right here. Unusual. Unusual. What vowel pattern does that have? Yes, it is also the open U. And if you'll notice that word has a prefix that we've studied, un. Remember, un means the opposite. So it's not usual. Okay, the next one in our second paragraph, we had two that were very similar. We had music, and then right underneath it was musical. What vowel sound, what pattern do those two words have? Yes, they're both open U. We divide after that vowel, makes it an open U vowel sound. Okay, our next one is right here. Include. Okay, what vowel sound, what pattern does that one have? Yes, it's the U consonant E. And which one is the accented syllable, first or second? Yes, it's the second syllable because that contains the long U vowel sound. Okay, now we're going to go down to the third paragraph. We got a lot in this one. Okay, we've got useful. What pattern does that one have? Yes, U consonant E. And which syllable is accented? The first syllable. Okay, we also have students. What vowel pattern? Yes, open U. And which syllable? First syllable is the accented syllable. Okay, we have right here human. Human. What is the pattern there? Yes, it's an open U. And which syllable is accented? Yes, it's the first syllable. Okay, and one more in that paragraph right here. We have a big word. It was computers. Computers. 3 syllables. And we note that the accented syllable was where that long U is, and it's an open U. We have one more. It's in the very last paragraph, and this word is future. Future. What vowel pattern does it have? Yes, it's an open U. And which syllable is accented? Yes, it is the first syllable that contains that long vowel sound. Okay. Well, we're done with our word hunt. Now we're going to practice writing our words. So I'm first going to review with you some of our long O vowel sound words from last week. I want you to write those first. The first word is suppose. Suppose. I suppose I will eat a snack. Suppose. Okay. Now I'm going to write it for you so you can check your spelling. That is spelled S-U-P-P-O-S-E. We divide between the two consonants, and that was an O consonant E pattern. Okay. Your next word I want you to spell is the word rotate. Rotate. I had to rotate my tires. Rotate. Rotate. Okay, I'm going to write that for you so you can check your word. Rotate. Okay. The syllables are divided after that vowel, and that is an open O vowel pattern. And that is going to be the accented syllable because it contains the long O vowel sound. Okay, and the last word I want you to practice from last week is rowboat. I would love to go on a rowboat on the lake. Rowboat. Rowboat. It's a compound word. That means 2 words put together to make 1 word. Rowboat. Okay, let's check your spelling. Okay, R-O-W-B-O-A-T-T. Okay, this word actually has 2 long O vowel patterns. We have our O-W, which makes a long O sound, and we also have O-A, which makes a long O sound. But last week we were only looking at the O-W, and that is our accented syllable. Okay, Now this week with our long U vowel sounds, we're going to practice those now. Your word is, and we just found this word in the passage, musical. Musical. Write the word musical. We went to Oaklawn to watch the musical. Okay, let's check your spelling. M-U-S-I-C-A-L. And what vowel pattern does that have? Yes, it's the open U, because that syllable, and actually this has 3 syllables, musical. But that is the accented syllable, the first syllable. Okay, your next word is compute. That means to calculate, compute. I went to compute the problem. To calculate the problem, compute. Compute. Okay, let's check our spelling. It's going to be C-O-M-P-U-T-E. And we divide, this is a closed syllable right here because we have the consonant, vowel, consonant. And then what pattern is making that long U sound? Yes, it's a U, consonant E. And so that syllable, our second syllable, is our accented syllable. Okay, let's try another word. Human. Human. We are all human. 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 Okay, let's check our spelling. That's going to be Q. And then I know that I'm dividing that syllable. Man. Okay, what vowel sound pattern does that have? Yes, it's a long U. And so that's going to be our accented syllable. I mean, it's an open U, to say. Okay, and now I want you to try to write a sentence. I'm going to go very slowly, but I want you to dictate this sentence. The teacher asked each pupil to include only the most useful information. Okay? The teacher asked each pupil to include only the most useful information. Okay, I'm going to repeat it again. The teacher asked each pupil to include only the most useful information. Okay, again, the teacher asked each pupil to include only the most useful information. Okay, now I want you to check your work. Remember, when we write a sentence, we always start with a capital letter. So when you're writing the, capital T, then we had teacher, asked, remember we add ED, each, remember pupil means student, pupil, to include the most useful, can y'all see that? Okay, information. We always end our sentences with an end punctuation mark, which in this case is a period. So check your sentence, make sure you did it correctly. The teacher asked each pupil to include the most useful information. Okay? All right, today, because it's the last day, you've got your unit quick check. So this will be taken for a grade. So make sure you try your best. Remember to listen for the accented syllable. That's the syllable that has the long U vowel sound. Remember the two patterns that we've learned this week, which is the open U. That's when that syllable is ending with that U and it leaves it open and long. And remember, if that is the syllable that has that long U sound, that would be accented. And our other pattern is our U consonant E. And remember, whichever syllable has that long U sound, that will be the accented syllable. I know you'll do great. Bye.